All right, how's it going, everyone? This is going to be episode 15. And tonight we're talking all things flawless. So, got some cards to show off. If anybody is in the chat or listening in, want to join the stream, feel free to do it. If I can figure out how to put that link somewhere. I know Joey's got that on point, but I just kind of struggle with it. But if you did want to get in, let us know and we can figure out sending you the link. But before we get started, Adam, Steve, Joey's going to join us a little late. Either you guys got any pickups or anything to talk about happening this week?
No, I got a nice ComC mail day that maybe I'll bring some stuff on next week. I figure we're going to be sharing a lot of cards today with Flawless, but I got some nice stuff in. Did a lot of organizing this week. I went through. I don't know about you guys. Like, I don't where I sit is not where I store my cards. So each week I've been like bringing cards down. So like in the home office, I've had cards piled up. I've had mail day stuff piled up in the closet where I keep my cards. I've just had stuff everywhere. So I've spent the last week or so kind of organizing everything, getting everything in check. And I don't know about how everyone else feels, but I actually think that's a lot of fun. I enjoy going through my bind, just putting everything in the slots, getting Adam doesn't agree with this, but getting everything in nice clean bags and bagging them up so everything looks, all nice and pretty and shiny. And I actually have a pile of old bags that I have to get you off to at some point, Adam, that I'm not using anymore. But yeah, mostly organizing and just like I said, ComC shipment came in. I got the Card Hobby one a few weeks ago, so that's really what I've been up to. How about you guys?
I talked about it last week a little bit, but I picked up a new Topps Chrome card, and I got it in, and I'll say it is not nearly as nice as I hoped it would be. It's the Olajuwon Black to 10 autograph, but there is absolutely no refractor, finish, shine, anything. It's just a black card that's relatively shiny, like kinda, and like almost. I wouldn't even call it shiny. Like glossy is probably a better description. And yeah, like most of the ones I saw pictures of that were like in the light and things like that, they had kind of a pattern to them or some refractorness to it. Like this has got, if I can show it anything there, almost nothing to it other than just kind of like a glossy surface.
So dumb question. It's a Topps Chrome card. Is it an actual refractor or is it just a chromium finish? Like is it supposed to refract?
Well, it's the black to 10, so I mean, I ignorantly assumed it would be a refractor.
And it could be that what they're using for the refractor tech is just trash these days, or it could be like foil, like they do in state. I just know nothing about it, but I was just
I mean, I'm not super well versed. All the pictures I saw of ones that were like in good lighting had like almost like I'm super clueless on the terminology of anything other than just a simple refractor, X-fractor, but maybe like a mojo or some kind of movement to it.
Yep.
And this one does not, and I don't know. It's kind of weird. I expected at least a little something to it. Like even if you look at the emblem there, I just put the cover on it. But you see it has like a little
shine.
Like some of the ones I saw that were black had that in the black, but this card does not. And after looking a little closer, it seems like not all of them are. So
that's odd.
Yeah, I don't know what this story is. I mean, I think it's still a good looking card. It just isn't as good looking as I thought it would be. It is on card number 10.
That's interesting. Yeah, because in times past, we would always have refractors for the black refractors. I mean, that's what they were. They were varied by print run and stuff over the years, but they are always refractors. So interesting to just see the flat black one.
Yeah.
I do have a pickup, and it kind of goes with tonight. So I got this 2024-25 Flawless Michael Porter Jr. Finesse auto, which these are pretty nice. I got to say, I think we showed off some Abras last week over on the hobby boards.
That does look good. That foil looks really good.
I'm not going to try to do the full screen because I'm totally going to screw it up.
No, that is a nice set.
Yeah. I think they have really nice photography on them. That's what I like most about them. I got a Joe Dumars coming in, I think, and maybe one other. I can't forget who it was, but that's like one kind of subset of that I really thought was cool. But yeah, that's my pickup this week. And
grab.
Again, we are at episode 15, and as Steve noticed, I got number 15, 5280 Jokic jersey on tonight. Didn't even plan that.
You're just that locked in that you can't even even pick up on the beauty that you bring to this episode and this podcast.
But yeah, we're going to talk about all things Flawless tonight, and I think it's kind of fitting because we've got the last year of Flawless, maybe ever. This year, 24-25 Flawless came out from Panini, and they lost the license. So you guys picking up stuff? I know you've picked up a couple things, Adam. I think you showed it off last time. You got a couple too, didn't you, Steve?
I haven't got any Flawless. I don't have any of the 24-25 Flawless. And actually, I was going through. I'm going to need to though, because I was going through my Flawless stuff today, obviously. So ironically, I got everything organized and I finished when I got home today. I put my last 2 cards away, and then I went and tore it all apart to pull my Flawless stuff out. And what I realized, and maybe this is a good way to kick off part of the conversation, is I have I'm going to call these the jumbo patches, right? So just Flawless patches, right? I have almost an example from every single year of Flawless, with the exception of like 2, and then I'm going to need 24-25. So I just thought maybe I think I'm missing 15-16, which there weren't a lot of Celtics players in that year. That was sort of one of their down years, and I think I'm missing 17-18. But maybe I'll just show a few of these off, and then I'm gonna have to find, like you said though, Ryan. I don't know if you said it before. I think you said it before we got on. The 24-25 singles is still going for probably more money than I want to pay for what's out there. I think you're talking like a Mellow Auto. The stuff still, people are recouping what they paid for breaks and stuff, and I don't blame them. And the market they're selling. Like, I've seen stuff sell, but so I'll just run through these. This is kind of, I know the lighting's bad, but this is I brought this in case Joey was here. This is the IT rookie year gold. I've got a bunch of these. I'm not going after the Celtics team set, but this is 12-13, so this is a horizontal one. We've got 13-14 here, which is no, this is vertical. I should know mine, right? And then the horizontal, and 14-15. I like these patch windows. They just gave allowed the sort of the patches to pop out a little bit, player on the side.
Yeah.
My after 12-13, my favorite year, and I mean I could go on and on about this. My lighting's not going to capture it, but 14-15 is, I think, the best year of patches. The window's a little bit smaller, but the foil on these, even the base versions, is incredible. And there's a lot of just good photos of players. 16-17, nice number patch. Again, a horizontal design. Not my favorite design. Flat foil. There's a little too much. I don't need all of this like shaping to the patch window. I prefer something like I showed in 13-14, where it's just a little more open and rounded. But that's 16-17. This one hurts me a little bit. This is 17. So I do have 17-18. It must be 18-19 I'm missing. This is Celtics Ruby. It's a little bit of a Christmas card, but I got this for just an unbelievable steal. This is a Havlicek game use patch. I like this. Has a little bit of detail in the background. Again, you're not going to capture it on the camera, but this has a little more of a dynamic design to it. There's some background, a little foreground. Again, the patch window is a little chunky with all these designs on the side. I don't need that, but nice looking card. We've got, what is this? 19-20. Yeah, so it's 18-20. It's 18-19 I'm missing, but 19-20 here. This is a Zoe Gold. This is a design I really like. I like the vertical window, patch window with the vertical player next to it. So just a nice,
that's great.
Nice Hornets team piece there. The foil is flat, so none of the foil in this one has any sort of hollow foil to it. It's just a flat foil, but it's just a nice design. It's almost like the players in the background, right? So you really see the patch most on that one. We got, I think this is, God, my eyes again so bad in my old age. This is one Adam will appreciate. The Slater Martin here. This is a pretty basic design. The checklist for this year was incredible. There's a lot of great players in this one, both Hall of Famers and modern players. I think it's one of the deeper checklists for flawless patches. And a very simple design. Nice wide open patch window, not a lot of cutting going into it. Player image on top. And then let's see, what do we got here? 21-22. We got a nameplate Crowder. Again, a little bit smaller for patch window, but I like this design as well. A little kind of the foil cuts into it. We still have to see the move towards, and then this is 23-24. Started to see that move that we were talking about last week, where they're bringing a little more design into it, a little more foil. So that was just, I was going through all my stuff today, and I realized that I have almost a full run of just the flawless patches sets. Something I like to do that with my collection, get sort of an example of, what the products had to offer. And I don't do a ton of autos with flawless, so I'll have to go through and sort of fill in the gaps with some, look at the checklist and see some players to hunt down, and then hopefully the 24-25 prices come down a little bit. I'll grab something to cap it off there, but just a little observation I made about my collection. I don't know if you guys have anything to fill in the gaps or want to take it from there a little bit.
Well, Steve, you realize that you just showed like 8 or 9 cards, so you got to send me photos of all those now.
Well, I was gonna joke with you before that, like Ryan, get ready for because I know Adam could like. I mean, I have 3-row box of patch cards. I mean, I've in an entire just one row is all flawless patches, and I was like, well, that is. I mean, it is a lot, but I was like, I'm sure Adam has probably 4 like 3-row stuff of like between immaculate and flawless that he could just show out there. So, but yeah, I just I thought it'd be a good way to show the designs over time, and I thought it tied into what we were talking about last week, where they started to add more foil. And when you see them year after year, you can see sort of adding some background design, cleaning up the patch windows, making it more basic, and then adding the foil to it. So it was interesting to see sort of the design over time.
Yeah, I like that. We'll get some photos in there for
sure.
the re-uploaded version, which it's gonna be another 2-for-1 because I forgot the one last week again. I just got kind of busy and I didn't do it, so we'll get them both up in the next couple of days. But yeah, appreciate the share. Adam,
Yeah.
you got some stuff to share?
Yeah, looking at Steve kind of go chronologically there, it made me think of a couple of things. One, once the set's over, I almost completely forget what years are which, and I just buy whatever. So it's like interesting to see the development over time. But also, the checklist must have got pretty bad the last few years for the guys that I like, because I have none of the last couple that you showed. Like the Slater Martin's probably like the most recent flawless run that I've got a patch auto or jumbo patch rather of. But I grabbed a couple stacks of things. The first one I have here is Celtics stuff. I try to just grab things I thought were maybe a little unique or different or something special about them. First one here is nothing crazy, but just a set I really like. I enjoy the All-Star uniform on these. It's a gold to 10 of Kevin McHale.
Oh, nice.
That's the first year they did it, right? The 2012 version.
This, see, like I said, they all blend together. 2012, you're right. Yep.
Yeah, those are cool because you could get those for a steal because 12, 13 Flawless and Immaculate came out at almost the same time, and that Immaculate All-Star Lineage set was the chase. So those Flawless ones could be you could get those for pennies on the dollar compared to the Immaculate stuff. That's a nice set.
It's funny you said that. I got that card back at the National in like 2013 probably, and it was a throw-in on a deal. So it was completely...
That's how that set was seen, yeah.
Another one I grabbed here, we kind of talked about these a week or two ago, the black foil from Flawless. And it's funny because this card is very lackluster in the black, but I brought with it the gold and the silver, which both have hollow foil, and they look 10 times better than the 101 version, I think.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
So it's like, although these aren't nearly as rare or sought after in some people's eyes, the visual appeal of them are so much nicer, I think, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, those black that year was kind of questionable. I think they had done it for so many other products that they're just like, oh, bring it over to Flawless, but nah, it didn't really work.
They did it in football too, and it was I shouldn't even say the years, I'm going to forget, but say 2014 and 2015, where they did not only black, but they had the ruby, then they had like blue, and you literally cannot see any of the text behind the foil because it's such a dark, rich foil. It's real. They never used those colors on basketball, which is good, but they did bring the black over to basketball, and it looks horrible.
I don't see, like, if they had some kind of shine to it or like almost iridescence or something where it changed, I could see it, but just flat black, nothing else. I don't get it. But from Celtics, I did grab a couple patches here. Havlicek. That was the what year did you say? 16, 17.
That's awesome with the nameplate.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's got a kind of interesting design, like you said. It kind of cuts into the patch. I would prefer to be a little bit more open and see a little bit more of the chunk of it, but not terrible. This is one I really like. It does have the hollow foil. Maravich.
That's another nameplate. Nice Pistol Pete there.
Yeah.
What year is that, Adam?
13, 14 on this one.
14.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I really like that one a lot. And then I'm always a sucker. I just saw this one when I was grabbing some stuff out. I'm always a sucker for the platinum foil, and I really like the design on this one. Bob Cousy.
That's cool.
That's one of the more recent years. That's 21, 22.
Yeah, it's got a nice kind of foil design.
A bunch of stuff that looked really nice.
Then I grabbed a couple that I really liked from the first year of Flawless. Both emeralds. This one here being the 11 title benchmarks for Russell.
Nice.
And then the patch auto Larry Bird 3 of 3.
Very cool.
That was the Celtics deck I grabbed. If you want to show some stuff, Ryan, and
Yeah.
I can show some oddball stuff if we have time afterwards.
Well, we got Sean that commented. Oh, sorry, that wasn't the comment. He asked if they still put the jewels in the cards, so that was something I was going to actually talk about. Oh, there you go, Steve. What's that one?
So yeah, this is
Pierce.
I've got the Jay Crowder Rainbow. So prior to him having some stuff, he was in 16-17, only the base set, and not only Sean do they still do it, the cards have progressively gotten even uglier. I think this is the worst year of it, where they just have a huge just ink blotch Rorschach test of foil that's almost the size of the player image, and then just and they just did they did a bunch of colors. This is the 101, I don't know, silver foil. We got green, it's like a blue platinum, ruby. The base that year was out of 20. They used a flat gold. So yeah, they still use the diamonds. There's some base cards from Flawless. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't chase them. There's some years, like I think 12, 13 base cards look good. The diamond, I don't care that there's a diamond in there, but I also wouldn't like value it at all. Most of the base cards for Flawless over the years have been pretty ugly. They started to add like copper and bronze foils to the base cards, and I think Immaculate base sets have looked pretty good over the years. Flawless base sets have not looked good, and then you have a manufactured chunk of glass sitting in the middle of it for some reason. But
what year was that?
This is the one that this one's 16-17.
Okay, because I was going to show off.
I don't even know. No, 15-16.
Yeah, that's what actually I was thinking, because you showed the 101. So I got the Moutier
there we
101
go.
base. I got in a trade back in the day, and we were actually talking about this with the black foil, because that was the year. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, it was the year before. But this is the year they had the platinum foil, which would turn into 101s later.
Yeah.
Hold on. I figured out how to do this now. We got the full screen. There we go. So that's the Jokic rookie card. And this is actually kind of the first one that I picked up. So this is out of 10. Sorry, it's not really showing up great. But this year, 15-16, they had the 101s were just kind of like regular silver rainbow hollow foil, which was interesting, like the one you showed off, Steve. So later years, they went back to the blue platinum, which I think is kind of better, in my opinion. Like, that's kind of a nicer like hollow foil for 101s, because the silver is just, you would associate that with maybe like the flatter silvers of like that a 25 version or something like that in later years. But those are two I wanted to show off. And then kind of getting back to first year Flawless, I got this Fareed. This is probably my favorite Fareed card. I think I might have even showed this off at one point on here.
Yeah, that's awesome. The chunk of that is...
And chunky patch. An emerald out of 5. There we go. If I get really close, it actually looks decent. So yeah, first year Flawless. And the one I showed today on my Instagram, which hopefully got people riled up to come in, is this David Thompson with a nice little patch from one of the older Nuggets jerseys. And I think this one is, this is 16-17. So yeah, I agree with you, Steve, on like kind of the windows. Over the years, they've done some decently and some worse, I guess you'd say. So probably, even though that one's maybe a little bit of a smaller window, I think it fits well. And then when they tried to get overly complicated with like the cuts and stuff, and that didn't go over too well with me on some of those years. And I probably got other ones, but that's kind of it for now for me.
Ryan, if I can interject, do you know how to share the link for people to join and or post the QR code? And while you do that, I'll pad, if you want to check around.
Yeah,
I'll pad.
That I just posted it a minute ago. So let me grab it again and put it in for y'all. So if anybody does want to join in, there's the link to do it. Oh, yeah, Jeff, definitely come in. I do have one other kind of pair, and I was showing this to Adam before we started, I think before you got on backstage, but this is my pair that I'm kind of most proud of.
Oh, that's slick.
Yeah,
Hall of
so
Fame
I
induction?
grabbed this is the Hall of Fame from 14. Is this 14-15?
I love that you
Yeah.
went with the emerald for the bird. So what he's showing is 2 vertical Hall of Fame induction cards. He went with the gold parallel for the Magic Johnson and the emeralds, the green parallel for the Larry Bird. That's
And I think
excellent.
I got the bird first. So once I got that green, I was like, okay, well, I kind of have to get the Magic now to go with it. And the other was a Hall of Fame. And I got a couple more of those. I think I was showing Adam. I maybe had the Karl Malone, and what was the other one I showed? I can't remember. But yeah, that was a cool kind of set. And you just don't really see those show up anymore nowadays, those Hall of Fame ones. And if they show up, they're kind of expensive. So I was trying to go after like a lot of the Hall of Fame players back then. Probably should have gone after them a little harder, because I just think that's a really cool set within Flawless. I guess, I don't know, what would you call it? Like a subset maybe?
I bet it's an insert set. You know, if you think of the diamond cards, the base, and then I think everything else is pretty much, you know, an insert really. And so like they call the jumbos that I was showing off, they call this literally, it's just called Flawless patches. I think if you check the checklist.
Yeah.
So we were talking about, and Adam, I'm bringing this up because I know you and I have talked about this. So we were talking about first year Flawless and some of the odd things that have come up over the years, and an odd pairing that Ryan just brought up. So I've got two first year Robert Parrish patch autos, and just I've actually been able to photo. I'm like mirroring it, so I've actually been able to photo match. I found the source material for this. This is, you could should we debate whether or not this is game worn? So it's a finals worn jersey, but Parrish didn't play in the game. He was just rode the bench. And then what I find so interesting about these is that there were several players in this first year set that didn't know where to sign the card. So they signed on the patches and then had to go back and sign the cards themselves. I know I've seen some David Robinsons from this set. It's a lot of the Hall of Famers. I think Dominique Wilkins from this set, maybe even Olajuwon from the set had a few like that. And I don't know if it's just coming out of Upper Deck, where Upper Deck did a lot of signing on, you know, source material or even manufactured patches, that they just did what they were used to, because there really isn't an identified window here for that autograph at the top of the card. So I 100% see why they thought just sign below the image. It's almost like sign on the dotted line. But I had a non-autographed version of the Celtics card, and that like the jersey's clean. And then when I saw this one pop up, I bought a second copy just so I could pair these up, because I just think it's such a unique combination there to have that mistake twice in two different copies. And like I said, I know Adam and I have actually kind of gone through gone through eBay a few times together online, just looked at all the different players. It wasn't just Parrish, you know, doing a little too much cocaine one night and signing on the wrong lines. It was a lot of players.
Yeah.
What's up, Jeff?
That was cool. Hey, Jeff, what's going on?
Oh, not too much. Hopefully my kids behave themselves. I can't.
No. Hopefully they don't, because I want to ride the roller coaster a little bit.
Oh boy, it's nonstop. Okay, so I've got some cool ones. 1 second, I'm being paged already. All right, so I'm heading to the Chicago Sports Spectacular tomorrow, and I am pumped. Hoping to meet Coach for a third time, and John Cusack, because I'm a big John Cusack fan. And I apologize, nice. I think my internet's a little laggy. So anyways, first up, this is a plate for a card that was never made in Flawless. It is, if I can get it, it's probably not going to blur. It's going to blur because, now you can kind of see it. It's a printing plate of a dual patch of Kukoc and Dino Raja, which I wish that card was made, because that would have been sweet, but it was never made. So, but I saw the plate. Man, I don't know why. Maybe I could turn off my background. I'm sorry. Camera, stage definition. I don't know. So, yeah. Darn it. Yeah. But anyways, it's a plate for a card that wasn't made. So next up, this is a sick patch, and actually, this was an assist by Wax Museum. I was like 20 cents short. Like, they originally listed it on ComC for like $100, but it has like a really big crease around the patch window. Like down here, there's a huge crease, but the patch, that is just annoying. The patch is just nasty. And actually, I have So in this set, he only had to 10 to 5 and the 101. So that's 9 of 10, and then I have the 8 of 10. Man, this is annoying. I don't know what I can do to turn that off. If you guys know,
I think if you put it right over your face, it kind of is fine.
Right.
Almost.
I like
on
you
my
go.
forehead.
Yeah, perfect.
Like playing that card game. It's like, guess what's on my forehead? Oh, I can see it. But this patch is like super chunky, and yeah, and I got it way cheap. Actually, well, it wasn't way cheap, but it was cheap. And then I also have one of the Emerald to 5, almost Christmas colors. If it would have been a Bulls jersey, which I know Sholey loves the. But yeah, and then the 101 is actually, I don't think the 101 is that great, but it's black foil, and then all it is the basketball of the Sixers. It's just orange with like a couple black lines, and it really doesn't look great. I mean, obviously, I wish I had it, but yeah, I wanted to show those because I think this is the only. So, couple useless facts for Kukoc in Flawless. One is this is the only set that he did patches, but also Kukoc has more Flawless cards than any other product that Panini or pre-Panini made. So he has like 150, I think around 150 cards, and almost all of them are autos, and almost all of them have like 5 parallels. So, boy, I still look stupid with this on my forehead. But anyways, I wanted to show this one off. This one's
I like it, and I'll show off an Emerald. Yeah. I got the Bill Walton jersey numbered 5 out of 5. But all I can think of right now as you're talking, Jeff. Anyone ever play that game where you hold your phone to your head and people have to guess what it is? Like they mimic it, you have to guess, and if you guess it, you flip it down and pull it up. I can't focus right now, Jeff.
Have to hold it like a famous person's name on your head, and you'd go and you'd have to ask questions and say, "Is he a president? No. Is he dead or alive? He's alive." And then you're like, I'm never going to get this, but I'll keep asking. So anyways, but yeah, I mean, I've got some of them, and I do like that they've changed the design some, but sometimes you just get, there's so much white on the cards, and I get that that's kind of the signature of Flawless, but after a while, when it's just autos, it gets a bit repetitive, especially with Kukoc, because I mean, they only have so many photos of Kukoc. So the newer years, I don't have any of them, but the first in those patches are just sweet on the ones I have. So I'm thankful to have those. In a few of the years, I have almost all of them except the 101s. But yeah, I think in the last couple of years, like they'll do one, I think 24, 25, I think they did 3 cards with like 8 parallels each. So it was like 24 Kukoc cards, and they were all selling for like $50 and up. And I'm just like, I know you're like $50. I wish my guy came for $50, but when it's Kukoc, it's like, I don't. Yeah, and there's my kids speaking up in the background. But no, I appreciate you guys letting me join. I might stay on for a little bit longer, or I might not, because I got to get packed for my trip.
That'd be fun to go to that show. That sounds.
Oh yeah, I'll keep an eye out for stuff for you guys. I know what you guys are looking for, and I'm guessing Adam's not going to the show.
No, I'm not going.
Not going. So yeah, I'm just.
Out for us, Jeff.
I'm no saint. I don't. But I try. I actually do look out for you guys. Like some people say, "Oh yeah, I look out for you all the time," and then they don't. And I get it. I mean, I don't really like spending a lot of money on a card for somebody else, but if it's something that they really are looking for, I like being able to put cards where they belong. But it is what it is, and I'm hoping to find some cool stuff for fair prices. So I probably won't find anything because there probably won't be anything for fair prices or that I actually need. But I'll look out and just excited to go to a big show. It's been a while, and luckily had the opportunity of buddies going. He's like, "Hey, you can ride with me for free, and I got a Verbo, and you could stay with me for free." And I'm like,
awesome.
I can afford that.
So, there you go. Go dig through value boxes for Topps MVP promotions.
Oh yeah. I hope I find that D Brown for you. If I find that D Brown, I'll hold
Orlando
it
Magic.
hostage.
I mean, any of them, but I need that Orlando Magic one.
Yeah. Oh, is it Orlando Magic? I was just thinking it was Raptors for some reason.
So he would have. I'd have to go through and check his base cards. But the reason I want the Magic one is because I did an entire D Brown refractor run. But then in his final playing year, which I think was 2000, 2001, Topps Chrome only went cards 1 through 200, and he's card like number 201 or something. So he didn't get a Chrome card. So his final year was on the Magic, but he doesn't get a refractor. So it's like this odd gap in my binder so like the Topps MVP promotion from that year would be like a fun way to. He doesn't have a refractor, so that's the card I want to chase down to fill that hole in my binder.
So like $10,000. Yeah, like
exactly. Yeah, you find it for $5, and I'll give you 10,000 for it.
You got to get a short backstory on the MVP promotion.
Yeah,
we need Kyle on here to explain it.
No, what
you want to give a short backstory?
The MVP promotion. I think that what confused me with them at first is I thought they were the cards that those people stamped with like 101 Special Olympics or 101 National Sports Card Convention and made all these not technically real 101s. And so when I saw the MVP promotions, I thought it was kind of along those same lines. Well, then when I realized that, so there's 100 of each base card stamped with the MVP promotional gold logo on the front. The back is actually all text, and it says, hey, if your player wins the MVP of the year or the MVP of the week or whatever, you could send it in for a special card or a special set. And like, so the Kobe's, when he won it, like they're like, I think Kyle got one out of like a junk box. And I think they were like $800 to $1,000. The first year, the 99-2000, I found Alonzo Mourning on eBay for $3 shipped, and I sold it for $100. And the guy wanted to pay more, and I was like, he knew how much I paid for it. I was like, and I gave him another card he needed for a set, but I was like, I can't. That's way more than I should charge, but he was willing to pay it. So it's like, but yeah, those are, yep, dollar box pull for Kyle. Yeah, so the 99-2000, the orange border, I think for some reason, because I think they were probably printed to the moon. They are tough to track down. I have the other two coup coaches, and I think I've had multiple copies of the other two coup coaches. But that first year, the only one I've ever seen is on ComC sold out, which is always, if you ever want to have pain and you have a player or a team you play, go on ComC and search sold out and see what's out there. And you go, where was that? And I missed a playing days coup coach to 10 that he's on the Hawks. And they had it for $110 or best offer. One of my buddies got it. I was like, I'll trade in your favor for it because it's a playing days card, and I'm down to needing not a whole lot of cards. So I was really bummed that I missed it, but I'm gonna try to work out a deal to get it. But I don't want to get too far off topic. But yeah, those MVP promotions can be tough, and if you get a star, I mean, you can kind of name your price, but I mean, I'd say anybody that's like a star in one of those three sets, most of them you can get over $100 for them. But probably some of like more unique. I know some people that are chasing the sets, and the guy that I sold it to is chasing all the MVP promotional sets. And there's some really cool cards too, because some of the MVP promotions are actually redemptions because the player's card wasn't made in time for the release. And he actually has, I think, one or two of them that are redemptions for some of the rookies from the set that the cards weren't ever made, but it's a redemption for the MVP promotion for that player. And I think that's maybe the first year. But yeah, I mean, if you dig, you can really learn a ton of stuff. And I know a lot, but there's still a lot I still need to learn. But those MVP promotions are cool. It's 99-2000. 2000, 2001, and 2001, 2002. But I got to log off because I got to panic and I got to get my kids to bed. But thanks for letting me join. Hope you guys all have a good day. And I'm guessing we won't have it next Thursday night because it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so we'll probably take that one off. I think.
Yeah. But no, thanks for letting me join. And sorry if I ruin the mojo, but that's kind
No,
of
you're good.
one of my things.
No, I
But
think
yeah, no, you guys all take care, and yeah, I'll let you know if I see anything cool and
Enjoy the show.
Well, what was that? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Just
have
enjoy
fun,
the
buddy.
show.
I will. I'll try to take some pictures and some video and try to entertain the masses. But thanks, Kyle. All right. Later, guys. Have a good night.
See you, buddy.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think speaking of those MVP promotions, I think Kyle had hit me up at one point. I was like, these are pretty cool. I found some Nuggets ones. I was like, I'm not really interested. But the more I thought about it, I was like, actually, these are kind of cool. So it's become a chase of mine, actually, after he kind of showed me that. I almost feel like those were like a forum thing. Like you get on the forums and be like, what's some rare stuff to chase? And then those would come up quite consistently. Like, look at the MVPs. They're unnumbered, but they're 100, and they're really hard to find. You guys kind of remember that?
Yeah, well, because then there's talk like, so if it was a guy like Shaquille O'Neal, he won awards throughout the year, so people would redeem those cards. So then out of 100, there weren't many left. And then a guy like D. Brown, who was riding the bench for the Orlando Magic one season, people knew he wasn't going to win anything, so they were like, I mean, we all got redemption card packs back then had random stuff to mail in. We threw most of them away like they were just fillers, right? So at the high end, they're very rare. And at the low end players, they're very rare. But like I had no problem finding Paul Pierce. Like I have all three for Paul Pierce, so it's sort of an oddball set like that.
Yeah, it's a little off topic, but
it's a little off topic. That's all right.
That's fine. Yeah, because I chase them now, and I think I've almost what was the years? The second year they did it was, what did you say it was?
99, 2000, 2000, 2001, and 01, 02 were the 3 years they did it. And
okay,
they
so
did it in football as well.
2001, I think, is like where I'm really close, but the 99, 2000, I probably got.
Those are the toughest, yeah.
Yeah, they are. And you got to imagine people are just throwing them away. They're probably pulling them out and going, oh, this is a junk player. I don't care. And you're right. Like the guys that you could redeem, they're going to keep. And so those are around. And I guess, when they sent them in to get redeemed, would they just keep that card and send you?
No, because you had to fill it out on the back. Remember redemptions back then? You took your little ballpoint pen and you couldn't even, and you filled your address in and you sent it in with whatever.
So then
a check for some return postage or whatever. So,
yeah.
All right, question for you guys. Getting back to Flawless, what's the most oddball Flawless card you got? Whether it be a player, ABA, some scrum player that you just decided to pick up, odd team. What's the most oddball card you can think of? And I know that's catching you off guard, so I'll throw out my two that I pulled up are. I have an Al Horford patch auto of the OKC Thunder, which I think he showed up for like 20 to 30 games. I just like the fact that it's just a nice looking card with the orange and blue. And then I have an Evan Turner Emerald out of 5 patch auto Celtics card for his one season that Meatwad played in the Celtics, just because I liked his post-game interviews. And he owes Evan Turner, for those that don't follow Celtics, owes everything to Brad Stevens, because Brad Stevens knew how to play him for a season, and he worked that into a $75 million contract when he was basically out of the league. And then I don't even think he finished that contract before he was forced to retire early and entered coaching.
That was a question I wasn't prepared for, so I didn't really know. But one that quickly came to mind was just a card I came across earlier but didn't grab before. But just one you don't see all the time, John Thompson.
Yeah. Talk about that a little bit more, Adam, about his auto.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a ton. I mean, I know he's in a couple products around this time period, but obviously John Thompson's known for his long reign as Georgetown head coach, but this is when he played with the Celtics for a couple of seasons, so it's kind of a unique card. It's from the first year, too, I believe. Yeah, 2012-13. So, yeah, I mean, 2 seasons in Boston, says on the back, and obviously Hoya's information on the back as well. But yeah, just kind of an oddball. I'm sure if I thought about it long enough, I could find some random player. But yeah, I always thought this one was pretty cool.
I think that's perfect. And I think I had a copy of that, and then I moved it because he also, using that exact same picture, has on-card auto from, maybe it's Prestige from around that time, and that fit in my binder, so I sold the Flawless to buy the Prestige. But those are super rare, and exactly what I was talking about, like an oddball pairing. Like, why did they go and get him to sign a Celtics card? I don't know, but I'm really glad they did, because it's a cool piece of NBA history.
Yeah, and I did grab out a couple that I don't know if you would consider them oddball, but they're kind of like obscure, if you will, guys to find cards of. me see if I didn't have him in an obscurity ranking in the stack here. One I grabbed was Elvin Hayes. He doesn't have very much stuff.
Nice San Diego, chunky San Diego patch.
Yeah, San Diego patch. It's 1718. I love these. I mean, like Steve, the patches in Flawless are kind of what sell it for me. I mean, you can get autographs in any product, but some of the Flawless patches are just really unique. Hal Greer star. See if I can get a better angle there. Star from a jacket. That's pretty cool. You don't see a ton of Hal Greer stuff, and obviously not jumbos either. I think I had one other one here. I thought got a couple of ones here. My stacks are getting everywhere. Mentioned ABA, Dampier patch. It's the year you like quite a bit. One that's surprising, like a relatively recent player, but is just stupid hard to find. Chris Webber.
Oh, that's a nice looking card.
Yeah, it's like that year where the platinum foil isn't a 1 of 1. It's numbered to 10, I think. But I mean, you just can't find Chris Webber stuff.
And what?
It's so tough to find. And then
now, what's it list as the team name on that? What's it say the team name is?
Washington Bullets.
Nice. I love that they went with the. They actually. I was wondering if they'd go Wizards on it.
And this is one I got recently. I'm sure most of us have seen on my Instagram, but I absolutely love this one. The Platinum 101 from First Year Flawless of Nate Thurmond.
Beautiful card.
There was just some of the, I don't know, oddball, if you will.
What do you think? Can you hold that Thurmond up again, Adam?
Yeah.
What do you think that Pat? What do you know? What the source material is? That a jersey? Is that a jacket? Do you know what that might like?
I believe it's a jersey. I have a gold as well, and it kind of spells out Golden State from the front of the jersey.
That's what I thought. It's tough to tell from that one little.
Yeah, I think it's EN and golden.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yep. Now I see it. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. I was running to get cards. I don't know if you guys heard me yelling at my kid.
We did, Jeff.
It's like, quit banging on my door. I don't know necessarily have any oddball, but I do agree with the patch angle. So I got this Yusuf Nurkic from 14-15.
Sick patch.
These are like the dual patch window ones. See if we can get it close.
Those Adidas Nuggets jerseys just made such amazing patches.
And so that's the Emerald out of 5 from 14-15. And then let me see if I can show this one too. This is a 14-15 as well. This is a dual, another Manimal card for Sean.
I can hear the heart rate increasing now.
But that's like a dual diamond patch, I guess they call it. And that's the gold out of 10 with Ty Lawson on it. And yeah, just that chunky, like bright blue, black and gold, patches they had on those Nuggets jerseys. I think that Ty Lawson is wearing one of those in the photo there.
Yeah. Can you hold that up for one more second, Ryan? I think that's the year that Larry Bird and Magic Johnson had a duel from that set. I'm pretty sure it's that year, and all the Magic Johnsons are a single color purple relic. And people are like, the second the set came out, they started tearing them out and faking the patches and putting like fake chunky jerseys in there. Like the Bird patches, some of them were trim, but some of them were like actual like jersey patch stitch stuff. But all of the Magic Johnson ones are single color, and people were just tearing them apart within months of them hitting live. It was really frustrating.
I agree with the patches, though. I mean, there's just a lot of cool ones. I was trying to find, I got a Fat Lever one where it's the dual sign from 12-13, and I just cannot locate it. But yeah, that's like you were showing earlier with the Parrish. I've got one of those, Steve, where they dual sign. I think that's the only one I have, but that was just kind of a cool, maybe, yeah, like you said, like an oddball. That's the one I wanted to show. I just don't know where it is at the moment. If we get back in my closet, though, I do have binders with Flawless cards, which I know is Kyle still on. That's going to make him uncomfortable.
Someday we're going to do a how we all organize our stuff, and I don't know what camera setup you're going to need, but we need to see the patch.
Yeah, I feel like it probably. I mean, I could go try to grab it if you guys want to show some more stuff, but yeah, it might not come through very well with this lighting. I don't know how these YouTubers do it, man. I like got a ring light behind here. was the place that some guy sent me this ring light, and it's broke, but the top half still works. I got it set up. I was like, oh, this is perfect, and still can't get these cards to show up.
Well, I'm using a 15-year-old computer, but you guys are talking about patch cards being, I didn't count hard, but I bet I have probably 60 flawless cards, and I have exactly 2 cards that are auto only. Like, I really do go. So I've got a Dominique Wilkins. This was a fun set. I forget what year this is from. Early on, maybe 2013 or so. Transition. So they had players that played on multiple teams. So they had, Dominique Wilkins had like 3 cards. He might have had, I don't know, maybe they represented 3 of his teams. Shaquille O'Neal was in it with a couple different teams, and then I have this Ray Allen card, which I got at the National from a buddy of mine. But out of all the flaws I have, these are the only 2 autos. Partly because I just get irrationally frustrated with 130 or 180 point auto cards. I just don't think they need to take up that much space in my collection. But if I'm going to spend money on a flawless card, it really is because I want the relics, I want the patches, I want that stuff. There's other ways for me to get auto cards for sure. Whether it be upper deck, I'd rather go with an upper deck auto if I'm going to pay up for a premium auto. Or I'd rather a Revolution or a Prestige or something if I'm going to go lower end. I don't necessarily need flawless autos.
All right, I got into the closet, and here we go. Let's see if we can.
Can we save that soundbite?
All right, hold on.
You need to make your screen bigger. I can't see anything. Very nice.
So what Ryan's showing off right now?
There's the fat lever.
Yeah, what Ryan's showing off right now is he has a very, very large top loader binder that looks like a Z Folio that has cards in a top loader. Right, Ryan, you've got enough space to keep them in a top loader. It's not just sleeved, right? And he flips it. And about every other page, he has enough space to put some patch cards in because he can't put them back to back. But
here's a
puts
couple
patch
more
cards in his. Let's just see it again. Just the size of that thing. Yeah, immaculate. I would have been willing to try it, except
in the bottom.
We'll have to get measurements from you to maybe share on Instagram. That the binder has to be 16 inches tall. It's huge.
Yeah. As you could see, I was trying to hold it up, just covering my whole face. These are, I think I've showed these off when I was doing YouTube videos, but it's called Card Binder Collections. You probably can't see it down there at the bottom, but they are 4 top loaders. But the size of this one, when I got it in, that was kind of what made me try to do this in the first place. Was I was like, this is so thick that I think it would work, and so I just gave it a try. I think we have a group chat going, and I was telling you guys like, I'm gonna give it a go. Like, it's because you can flip through it. It's kind of nice, but yeah, it's a big boy.
It is nice to be able to flip through a binder for sure. So I'll be real quick with this. But I have a request from Mr. Carter's in the chat. He wants to see Tony Allen make an appearance. So here's 14-15 Memphis Grizzlies, a piece of his number 9. It's 18 out of 20, so it's 2 times jersey number. eBay 101 ? So there you go, Carter. That one's for you right there. My one Tony Allen flawless patch card.
Nice.
Adam, you look like you had something you wanted to say before those binders started coming out and taking all energy out of the room.
I was just, when you were talking about the bird magic, I think the year of those is this design. I don't have one of those, but I think it's this.
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
it looks very similar. But I really do like the year of what you shared the nugget stool in. I had one of those pulled out as well. The foil on these is just like extra hollow foil. I feel like it's like an extra pop to it. I think they look really nice.
Yeah, those are definitely 14-15, I think.
Adam sharing a Keem Ralph Sampson duel right now. It's really nice.
Yeah, that was really cool. We could show some more binder pages. I think I got one more on this. And yeah, that's the thing about this. You can only put them on one side. And there's probably like 10 pages left at the back, but it works. No, this one ended up.
Just the sound of the pages smacking against themselves is like echoing through your microphone.
Yeah, as you can tell, it's pretty thick, but I don't know. I have all these bins. We were talking about storage earlier, and I saw, both you and Kyle were showing off some. I think Kyle's got a video on some new storage options he's got that, or the kind of the 2 rows that pull out, which I think is really cool because I kind of just got sick of only having them in a 2 row. so it's just harder to look at them. So I was like, I'm going to try it out in the binder. I know, some people that might not work as well for them because they want to keep them in a mag or something like that. But I found they're pretty secure in there, and I don't really have any issues with them getting damaged. They're in a top loader. They're got one of the superior fit kind of like team bag things on them.
Yep.
So I'll maybe put the link to my video where I went over that whole thing. But yeah, I got 3 of them now that I'm just kind of slowly transitioning things to. I still keep, I don't know, like, maybe the higher end, quote unquote, higher end stuff like that in mags, and especially like the sealed ones. So we didn't really go over this, but like this Jokic one, this was I believe most of the diamond ones were sealed like this, were they not?
Yeah, all of the base cards. So that there was 1 base card per briefcase, and they've kept that consistent over the years. So those are always one of the 2 sealed ones, and then the box hit would be sealed.
Yep. So there's stuff like that I'm not going to probably put in a binder, and certain cards that I kind of like to keep in my boxes. But yeah, at the end of the day, we're just collecting cards and having fun. So I'm not trying to keep them in the most pristine condition anyway. But I'm obviously going to keep them looking nice. But I feel like even in the binder, they're pretty well protected. That's how I feel about binders in general. But maybe that's just me.
No, and I give you a hard time about that binder, but 100% if it wasn't so tall that like it would not fit in the bookshelf that I use to keep stuff on, I would have 100% got one for like my Crowder like RPAs and stuff, just for that fact of like getting them out of a 2-row or 3-row box, and just put them in a binder, just save so much space. But even the system, I think I got to talk to Kyle, but he posted a system with the slide out boxes, but I think he said it took 6. Like, so 2-3 rows so 6 rows to account for all the cards that he had in one, like traditional 3-row, like what we'd call a shoebox style one. So I'm all about just trying to make the most out of space, and I'm willing to be a little bit more clunky with how I flip through my cards.
Yeah. I mean, you can see behind me, and that's my closet that I got every single card in. So it's got to fit in there, or else it's like I don't have anywhere to put it. And Kyle says, Ryan will find a binder he can put mags into soon enough. Perhaps a special request that one, but yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah. Anything else we want to go over?
I was going to say one thing about so this is a sealed one as well. I love that they do these. I think the frustrating part about it is, other than the base cards, when you like, and it doesn't really matter, but there's no way of keeping track of which ones were sealed. So it was what they did was they had 1 base card that would be sealed, and then whatever the briefcase like hit was. So apparently and I feel bad for the person that opened this briefcase, their best hit, like the box hit, was this Kyrie Irving patch auto. But you could have had in another box, this is a gold version, maybe the base version of this card was in with the other cards and something else was the encased card. So I'd find that a little bit frustrating if I was like a big time, breaker and stuff. I don't want to catch you guys off guard again, but I might do. Do we want to wrap up by showing our just picking one of our favorite cards and just talking about it a little bit?
Well, real quick, MC Basketball PC says that Jokic closet.
Pat yourself in the back. Go ahead, Ryan.
Is the kind of card you want to get. You're either diehard fan or gazillionaire. Oh, I think he was. What was he talking about? Was he talking about the one I just showed?
Well, I'm assuming he's talking about the fact that I read it is that in that closet is like probably $50,000 worth of Jokic cards. Like,
yeah,
even more than that. What's that? I don't even know what that gold rookie goes for. Never mind.
Well, this one, okay. So you know how the trend on Instagram lately has been like show your old eBay purchases.
Yeah.
So I actually showed this one. I paid $170 for it in 2017. So it's like back when you could buy cards for. I mean, that probably at the time, that was probably a big spend for me, to be honest, especially on Jokic. I mean, that was around the time he was maybe coming out and getting better. But I was like, well, I saw it pop up and got it. And nowadays, I'm very happy about that. But I think us talking now, and probably a lot of people listening in, did purchase cards back then that were cheap. Now, nowadays you're buying just like a base auto or something out of there, or not a base, but just a basic auto out of Flawless for hundreds or thousands or something like that. So
I feel like that Flawless base Jokic is going to be one that you will move eventually. Like there's going to be a project up at the mountain house or something that you're going to be able to do insane amount of stuff for if you move that one card.
Yeah, see, that's the problem with Jokic though, is like I just haven't wanted to do it. Like I had a flawless auto,
yeah,
and I sold it, and it was fine because I used the funds to get other stuff, and I think I even took some out. But then, I sold it for maybe $2,000. And then a couple months later, 6-8 months later, I saw like another very similar copy sell for like $10,000. I'm like, man, I got to hold this stuff for a little bit longer. Cause I mean, I'm not an investor. Like, I don't think any of us are, but I'm just thinking like, maybe I'll just hold on to the Jokic stuff and move other things around. Cause it's all really about moving stuff around to get other things. Right. I mean, you got to, but, yeah, Jokic is probably something I'm going to hang on to, I think, at this point. Just given some of the stuff I've sold off, like going back to that Instagram post, I picked up 2 Aspirations rookie cards out of Donruss from 16-17. They're the red. They had the red Aspirations, the blue Status. I kept my Status, but I had 2 Aspirations. I sold the first one for probably $20. Second one I probably sold for $100. In my post on Instagram, I bought them for $17 for the pair. So, looking back at that stuff, you're like, man, why didn't I keep that? But
coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Is the way it goes. Yeah. So.
All right, Adam, did you grab one final card to sort of put an exclamation mark on what you've shared?
I kind of cheated since you threw it on me at the very last second.
That's how I go.
The card I grabbed is probably the first non-basketball card to be shown on here.
There you go.
But for those that don't know, I'm a Bengals fan. Ken Anderson's my dad's favorite player, so I started collecting him back in like 2009. And when this set came out, it was like by far the nicest card he had, first year flawless football. And I went stupid. I've got, I think, 11 of the 15 base, 7 of the 10 golds, 3 of the 5 emeralds, the 1 of 1. It's like a stash of them. But that's the 1 of 1 platinum. And I remember buying this back in the day, and it was more than like the base Brady 3-color patches we're going for in the jumbo set. And it was like the most stupid price of a card ever. In hindsight, it's nothing, but at the time, it was just silly and it was just funny.
I'll follow up because this is one that actually Adam helped me procure. This is a 12-13 Larry Bird patch out. It's a gold parallel. I was walking the floor at the 2022 National with Adam, and he came up to me and said, "Hey, I saw something you might want to make a move for." And it was with probably the biggest vendor at the show, so you can do a lot of trades with him. And I was able to trade. He had these stickered at like 2,000 or 2,500. He actually had 2 copies, so I spent what felt like hours looking at the 2 copies and trying to decide which one was cleaner. They were both encased versions, and then I was able to get it 100% in trade. So I was working with one guy trying to make a trade, and he was trying to get some cash out of me. And I was like, man, I really just want to make a trade. I know I have stuff that is more than valuable enough to make the trade. And then the owner of the company came over, and I was able to – he kind of pushed the other guy aside and looked at what I had and pretty much said that's an easy deal and took it. So this is easily this is probably a top 5 card for me. I mean, Larry Bird, all-time favorite player. Just so many great memories. And to have first-year flawless – back when I started collecting and get it in a show, it's not just something like I hit a bid on at eBay. There's really a story behind getting it. So that's easily my favorite flawless card.
Well, and you get to think of me every time you look at it. It's awesome.
And then I just get a little extra excited,
Yeah.
Nice. All right, guys, that was fun. We didn't get Joey. I guess he couldn't get home in time, but we'll have him share a couple of his. Next time.
He misses out on all the good stuff. He's probably watching the Kings, lose and sitting in a corner shaking or
they
something.
playing tonight?
I have no idea. Actually, they are because I've got Russell Westbrook on my fantasy squad, so they are playing.
All right. Well, cool. Well, we just hit the hour mark, so thanks for showing off all the cards, guys. That was fun.
Yeah, good discussion tonight, so appreciate everybody, and we'll see you guys when we see you. We'll probably obviously take next week off unless Joey wants to do a show by himself or something.
We'll leave it up to him, but I won't be around. I'm actually traveling for Thanksgiving, so
me too.
Thanks everyone for joining in, and we'll catch you in 2 weeks.
Awesome. Be well, guys.
Sounds good.